Hey, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you this evening?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Good to see you again.
Thank you. Thanks. Good to see you.
All right. Let me see what you have here. Okay. Thank you for filling out the questionnaire, as you normally always do anyway. I do have some juice or something if you'd like that. I have water also if you're a bit thirsty
Okay, thank you.
and you would like something. So feel free and help yourself at any time, okay?
Oh, appreciate it. Yes, thank you.
Okay. So, how are you feeling today?
I'm actually feeling better. I'm actually feeling real good. I'm feeling real better.
Really?
Yeah, most definitely.
Compared to?
Compared to what we discussed in the last session.
Okay.
Definitely been managing my negative thoughts.
Okay.
So I've been handling it real well.
Okay.
Controlling my fears.
Okay.
And this has been turning into a positive thing.
Okay.
So I've definitely been doing a lot better with that.
Okay. Okay. That's great.
Yeah. Thank you.
You seem excited about that.
Yeah, because it definitely was an accomplishment. It's a process, but I can see myself improving every day.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. So tell me about what sparked the difference between the initial session and where we are now.
Just identifying your weaknesses, identifying whatever rooted issues that you have,
Okay.
and just knowing that it's okay to just realize you're not perfect.
Okay.
And just know that we all have our faults and we all have issues that we all dealing with. It's just how you handle it.
Okay.
So that's one of the routines. Things different. Being consistent, looking in the mirror. Let me know who I am and repeat myself and just reassuring myself who I am as a person. So I think that's what pretty much what's been the difference.
Oh, wow. So you steadily use the technique of looking yourself in the eye.
Yes.
And telling yourself exactly who you are.
Yes, I have.
Okay, and you're doing that once a day, sounds like it.
Yes, every morning.
All right. And you've seen a difference in your thought process, your behaviors also.
Yes, I've seen a big difference in my thought process.
Oh, wow. Yes. Oh, wow. That's very good.
Yes, I'm kind of proud of myself.
Wow. Okay. And I see that even on your questionnaire, you said you're doing a lot better than last time. So last session. So that's commendable.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, tell me about something that happened since our last session that you're proud of. Now, you just told me that you've seen an improvement in your thought process and your behavior. But can you tell me more in detail what exactly is the difference between the way you thought before and now? And when I say details, I mean, give me an example of how you thought before, and then give me an example of how you're thinking now.
How I thought before, I would always used to think it was my fault.
Okay.
And I don't think like that anymore.
Okay.
I look at the situation and I look at it from see how can I improve it, but I don't look at it as it's my fault.
Okay.
I look in the mirror. They let me reassure myself. I'm confident in myself.
Okay.
Let me know I am just in my thought process that I am a smart person. I do know who I am, and just keep reassuring myself. So that's pretty much like when I go to work. I don't let things rattle me as far as if something happened. I don't think it's my fault.
Okay.
I just look at the situation and try to find a solution.
Oh, wow.
So I think that's what really helps.
Okay. So not only has your thought process changed, but your behavior and your reaction to some of the things that you used to react to has changed also.
Right. Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a big improvement.
It is.
Wow.
It's a wonderful session. Session has been helping me a lot.
Oh wow. So that's different.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely different. So tell me about and you wrote something here, but I'd like to talk to you one on one about it also.
Mm-hmm.
But tell me about something that happened in the past week or since our last session that you are really not so proud of, that was kind of upsetting.
Oh, it was kind of upsetting. I felt as though when I felt a little pressure,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of got rattled.
Tell me about the pressure. What situation caused the pressure?
When I was at work, I was on a project and it was a huge deadline,
Mm-hmm.
and it could have got done, but I felt as though I just kind of got rattled that nothing wasn't getting done.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's not, sometimes that can be not healthy, letting pressure get to you because it can start to go back into your old habits, having negative thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely one thing that was kind of upsetting because, when I got pressured and I felt rattled, and I know that can be a trigger point that goes back to my, negative thoughts.
Okay. But you didn't go back to that.
I didn't go back.
Okay. So you not going back to those negative thoughts is a clear indication that you've overcome something that you used to get rattled up about and used to begin a negative thought pattern.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But now it doesn't have that effect on you when in fact it starts to make you stop and think, okay, I noticed this negative thought process.
Mm-hmm.
But before I even notice the negative thought process, I notice how it's making me feel. Right?
That's right.
So you notice that, and then you notice the thought process.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like, and you have to correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like you stopped it. The whole thought process, not the feelings, but the thought process. You stopped the thought process, and then you said, okay, no, this is what I need to focus on, or this is what I need to think.
That's correct. That's correct.
Is that?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay. So the fact that you noticed that it was upsetting,
Mm-hmm.
and you noticed that you may have had a thought process that wasn't what you would like it to be,
Mm-hmm.
you still stopped it.
Right. I still stopped it.
Okay. So how would you define that?
I define it as an accomplishment.
Okay.
But I always look for ways to improve.
Okay.
And I definitely look for new strategies, new techniques, take advice on what can I do
Mm-hmm.
to improve.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in a position where as a leader, and as a leader, you have to seek advice.
Okay.
If you want to be an effective leader.
Right.
And that's what I look at.
Okay. So you ultimately feel that you shouldn't have any ruffled feelings at all.
Right. That's right.
At any time.
That's correct. That's right.
In any area of life.
That's right. It shouldn't have any ruffle.
You should be cool, calm, and collected at all times. It doesn't matter what goes on.
That's right.
Okay.
Cool, calm.
All the time.
That's just how I feel because if you know who you are, then you know your limitations and you know your strengths and you know your weaknesses. So it's like you shouldn't really get rattled with anything. But we're human. We're not perfect, and things do rattle you.
Right.
And it's like you just look for ways to how can you improve that.
Right.
First was the negative thoughts. You found strategies and you used it. So now you look for strategies for pressure. So you won't go back to your old habits. So you constantly grow and constantly improve and mature.
Okay. So it's not necessarily something you have to put yourself down about, but something you have to look at as, okay, this could be a trigger that makes me go back to the way I used to think and I used to behave. So before I allow it to get to that, let me eliminate that challenge also.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else happened since our last session that was kind of upsetting?
No.
Realistically?
No, that was it.
Okay, nothing else?
No, nothing else at all.
Okay. That one thing since the last session?
Yeah, that pretty much was the one thing I'm just like, it was just like, oh, man, I gotta address this.
Okay. So I noticed that whenever we talk about anything that's upsetting you, you immediately go to your job.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing outside of your job that's upsetting. Nothing in your personal life, nothing in your future, nothing in your family, nothing else that's upsetting.
Well, in my family, we all have family members. We all have issues in the family, but you love them. It's you love them for their faults.
Okay.
You love them for their weakness or their strengths. Your job, it's someone you have to pretty much report to. So you have to report and you have to listen to your superior, even though you might not see eye to eye, you still have to respect their position. And sometimes, if you feel as though you know more than your superior, and they don't value your opinion or who you are, then it can kind of take a personal effect on you. But outside that, I would say it's typical, family, everyday life. In life, you go through a storm or you're coming out of it. You're going through something or you're coming out of it. And that's how I pretty much really see it.
Pretty positive mindset.
Yes, that's how I would always look at things from a positive mindset.
Okay. So I noticed that one of the questions here is, what would you like to address today?
Mm-hmm.
And you said, I would like to address how to handle pressure.
Right. I definitely like to look for new ways, strategies, advice on how to handle it. Because I know it's not healthy.
Okay.
At first I thought it was just normal, but as I grow and learn, I learned that that's not healthy. It's just not how you. It's something that you can handle. It's something you can deal with.
Okay.
I just thought it's something that was just a part of your thought process.
Okay.
It don't have to be a part of your thought process.
Absolutely.
It's just all it takes is just how you approach it, how you deal with it.
Absolutely.
So that's what I look at, want to address.
Okay. Okay. Well, definitely, we can look at that today. So, you said earlier that the situation at work, you had, what was it going on?
It was a project.
It was a project.
And it was they was calling my phone all day.
Okay.
And wanting this to get done today.
Right.
And I felt it was gonna get done today, but I wasn't like 100% sure.
Okay.
So I was making sure all my T's was crossed, I's dotted, make sure I made the right call on the right people to make sure this go through today.
Right.
And in that aspect, I felt pressure. I got right.
Okay.
So it didn't get done that day, but it got done the next morning. But it was just the fact that I knew I did everything I was supposed to do. But for an instant, I was making sure that I wouldn't go back to my habit having a negative thought process.
Okay.
Whereas the reason it didn't get done because it was my fault.
Okay.
But really much more, it wasn't my fault.
Okay.
But I was just making sure I didn't go back to that thought process.
Okay.
So I wanted to find ways to address pressure so I know to prevent anything from going back to the thought process. What would be like new strategies or new ways to do.
Okay. So I know before you talked to me about you would second guess yourself at work.
Right.
So that would result in you checking and rechecking and checking and rechecking and checking and rechecking everything that you did.
Right.
Because you didn't think you were adequate enough.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. So was this situation at work leading to those thoughts again? Thoughts of inadequacy?
Right. It was leading to those thoughts because it was pressure that had to get done. So I was just, making sure I didn't have to catch myself because I done checked everything. I know this, I know what I'm doing. I don't need to be checking it like this. So it's like the pressure part made me start to go back to my old habits.
Okay. So did you check and recheck and check and recheck like you?
No, I started to.
Okay.
I started to do that.
But you didn't?
I did.
Okay.
So just to make sure I don't go back to the ways, just to whatever, because I am human, you know, and stuff can happen.
Okay.
And I know this situation will come again,
Okay.
and just to know how to deal with it next time.
Okay. So you did accept that the way you did it was right, and there was no need to compulsively check and recheck and check and recheck and check and recheck.
Right.
Okay. You still felt a sense of pressure though, that
Right,
you
I
didn't
did.
like, and you would like to eliminate that, right?
That's right.
Okay, so tell me about what were you thinking when you felt that pressure?
I was thinking, did I do something wrong? It was just started creeping, and it started.
Did you think I did something wrong, or did you think did I do something wrong?
I was thinking like, did I do something? It just started to creep back in, and then I just had to, catch myself. Like, no, did everything right.
Okay, so you did use the replacement thoughts,
Right.
which were I did something right.
Right.
I did everything right.
I did everything right. I called. Everything was done what was supposed to be done. It just, beyond that, it was out of my control, and it was going to get done the next morning.
Okay.
So when that pressure kind of went down.
Okay.
But at the time, when that pressure was there, I started to have that thought.
Okay.
And I was wanting to know how to prevent, I wanted to prevent that.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. I mean, the situation itself and your reaction to it, it was great. That was really, 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 really good. It shows the progress that you've had, that you are having, and it shows that you're willing to do what it takes to get over this issue that you're having, that you want to eliminate. It's a good thing that you recognize it, like you're able to recognize, okay, this is irrational. These thoughts I'm having are irrational. Not only do you know they're irrational and you stop them in their tracks, but you also replace them with thoughts like, I did everything right.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's another thought that you had?
I knew who I am.
I know who I am. So, you know you're not inadequate.
Right.
So, who are you?
I'm a confident person that knows my job real well.
Okay. So, can you write that on the card for me? I have some cards here.
Okay.
And I want you to go ahead on and write that on the card.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good deal.
Mm-hmm.
What else did you tell yourself?
I know I am smart.
Okay, can you write that on the card also? What else did you tell yourself? You said I did everything right.
I did everything right. It's not my fault.
Okay, great. So